The week is over and we have to have a look if this Bitcoin rally for now has come to an end or if we're gonna get continuation over the next couple days and weeks, and which levels we have to watch in both scenarios. And if you think that is interesting, then you should definitely make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, you're liking this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these important updates. And now let me get directly into it. So here on this 4-hourly chart, if you remember, I told you that the Bitcoin price needs to reclaim the golden ratio, the 0.618 level at 26,982, but multiple times we got here rejected over the last 2 days, and now we are clearly under it. So to me it looks like already first signs of a rejection from that level, so no reclaim in sight, in my opinion, here on the 4-hourly chart. If we are not able to reclaim that level, then Bitcoin will most likely hit again the support at $26,541. But again, I would not bet that this time around this is going to hold. I could imagine that we will not find support at that level and will go one level lower to around 26,000, 25,980, because we have in the past multiple times gained momentum from there to see some upwards buying pressure to get here back to 27 and above. When we are looking here on this 4-hourly chart, then we are looking not all too bad when we are looking at this downward sloping resistance line. But what I don't like about it, and I had mentioned that also before, is that we are kind of sideways chopping over it, which I would not, I just did not like to see that, so I would have rather seen at least a solid move up away from it, and then a small correction with sideways chop, just to make sure that for 100% we have broken that level, and not that I have potentially in the next coming days, if the price action corrects a little bit to the downside, have to correct that line, something like that. Or something like that, most likely something like that, because we have still all the touches here on the upper end, and then along the lower end we have some more touches. So here also, when we're looking at the liquidation levels, we get more and more liquidations in here, into that area, but also above us. So there's no clear direction right now when we're looking at the liquidation levels where we should head first. We have also here new liquidations just above us from over leveraged shorts. So when I look at this, I could imagine that we can see something like this here. We go up, take out all these 50x, 100x leveraged short positions, and then go down, grab liquidity from all these longs that were here, and then we go up and also clean all these shorts that were opened from all the way up here, potentially. So that is, in my opinion, right now the most likely scenario here on the, not really on the lower time frames, but on the average long time frames, what we should be expecting for Bitcoin. So, and it would not be a crazy move to see this, so we are talking about a $600 move, 2% for Bitcoin to the upside, to liquidate all these positions that are sitting here, and then to the downside, it's obviously a little bit bigger. This is like 3-4%, then back to the downside to liquidate everybody there, and then come back up. That will be then the bigger move. So, but this is, in my opinion, what we should be looking at. The other scenario is, of course, that Bitcoin will go first down and then just creates a big engulfing candle and liquidates everything directly to the upside. So these are the two scenarios that you have to be aware of. For now, we cannot really say which of them will be happening first, but maybe when we go now to the higher time frames, we will get a better idea for that. Here on the 12-hourly time frame, I don't really like how the indicators are setting each other up, and also how the price action is shaping here in the chart. And let me explain you why. When I look at the price action itself, first of all, we almost got a retest of that resistance area, but we did not even reach it. So we got close to it, but did not even touch it. That is already a very, very bearish sign. And then all the other following candles created wicks to the upside. So there's a clear level of resistance around $26,950 to $80, exactly where the golden ratio is sitting. And now it looks like that we are creating here this rounding shape. And usually when we get this, when we get a rounding shape here, we see a further move to the downside. So, and that is in alignment right now, what the indicators are also telling me, because the stochastic RSI is about to give a sell signal. The RSI is still kind of neutral, but I see here also like a small tiny pinch already shifting to the downside. And here on the MACD, what would basically happen is we get another bigger dark red candle, and we'll continue this, the sell pressure on this oscillator indicator. So unless we see here something crazy happening today, where we see, for example, price action push here out of nowhere into that resistance area, and we can stay there for a couple of hours, the indicators are set up on the higher time frames for continuation to the downside, which will be most likely also followed by price action. So then in my opinion, the first logical target will be this time, like I said, around $26,000. It will be here, that kind of level. But this is not all too bad, and let me tell you why. Because it would be still considered a higher low if we do that. So we have here a lower low, here a higher low. Right now, here is the higher low, the next one. So, but, and here's technically another one. But as long as we are not taking out this low here, everything else is still considered a higher low. So we are not breaking structure unless we are breaking this low here. So we should not get under $24,000. And as long as we don't, we are not breaking structure here. So that is something that I definitely wanted to let you guys know. Even though if we would be heading a little bit lower, as long as we are not going under 24,000, we are not breaking here the upwards trend structure on the higher time frames. So when we are going then here to the daily chart, here also super bearish right now. I had mentioned that multiple times before, that if the EMA ribbon, the yellow string works its way back to the downside, that we will here also see continuation, unless the Bitcoin price in the next 3 days will make a magical push to the upside and stay above $27,000 to basically turn around the potential downtrend on the EMA ribbon. If this is not happening, then the EMA ribbon will flip bearish again, and that can last for from 5 days to 3 weeks, something like that, in my opinion, maybe even longer. We don't know yet, but I can imagine, with being October normally a bullish month for Bitcoin, that this will last for a couple of days. And yeah, let's say something like here, 12 days, between 7 and 12 days, I could imagine, before the price action reclaims $27,000. This is just a feeling based on experience working with the EMA ribbons, that I believe in that kind of time frame we could see Bitcoin coming back up. But that will also be only the case if we are not seeing a real flip here on the EMA ribbon. So by a real flip, I mean here something like this. So that we don't see something happening like this, you know. So if we see something like this, then October will be Rectober, not Uptober anymore. What we would like to see is more something like this here. So we are still contracting, but not really expanding from the EMA ribbon. And the price action more or less just chops sideways with the EMA ribbon. That is what we want to see until the price action reclaims the $27,000 level and moves higher, and the EMA ribbon will then also pinch back to the upside. That is what we want to see here. Here on the weekly chart also, I say it again, if Bitcoin is not coming back to at least $28,000, let's say 27,600, not coming back today to that kind of level at least, then we have here a really, really strong bearish reversal candlestick pattern, which should indicate also further downwards movement. Of course, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to happen, but it is a really strong signal to get us on the weekly chart in conjunction with a potential death cross by next week. I don't think it will happen this week, doesn't look like it, but next week we will solidify that death cross, and I hope it will be a fake out and not that we see then massive downwards price action going down, something like this here with the death cross altogether. Would I be trading right now? Yes, you can trade. I would wait for the weekly close, and if you see the next weekly candle starting out in red, you can open a short position. If you want to open a short position on Bitcoin, don't forget, do this on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 if you use here my specific link in the pin comment below and in the description below, and you also help the channel out with that. Or on BitGet, there you still get also $20,000, but also only with that specific link here. Guys, that's it already for today's episode. It was a quick one. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.